I'm down here with the shore at my family. Great thing for us is over the past 14 years, my father bought a place down the shore, and we've always come down here for Easter. Before that, we never really had an Easter tradition. Any Easter tradition in your family? Like, did you guys ever do anything every Easter? Go out to lunch, like have an Easter egg hunt? Like, so I have an older brother and sister, but they're 13 and 14 years older than me. So from the time I was like 9, 10 years old, I was pretty much an only child. So we stopped doing that stuff. My parents were kind of,
Yeah.
I love them to death. I'm not belittling them or putting them down, but I don't blame them. I mean, by the time I was 10, 11 years old, they were kind of done. So what were your Easter traditions growing up?
Yeah, I mean, my mom and dad would hide eggs inside the house, and there would be like clues. So it was my brother and I can't remember if they did this before he was born, but we would wake up and there would be one obvious clue like on the couch, and it would just be a little note that said, Jeffrey, go look under the kitchen sink. And then he would look under the kitchen sink. There would be a plastic egg. He would open the egg. There would be note number 2, and it would say, go look under blah, blah, blah. And sometimes there would be a little gift, a little toy, a little Easter present with the egg. Sometimes there wouldn't be. So like if we found 10 eggs, we may have 4 or 5, little gifts. And then that would be Easter. Like it was like a mini Christmas to us. And my wife, she still makes it almost like, it's almost like Christmas, dog. We're
With the
spending
kids?
money. We're spending money for Easter. But we would do that, and then everything else would really just revolve around church and food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then when I started dating April, her family is gigantic, so we did egg hunts with her kids, and even here we did it once or twice in the Newtown Square house we hosted. But her family is big on the egg hunt because even now, like Tori and Gregory have kids. You know what I mean? So there's always been a small group of children and enough of them to make an egg hunt make sense. So egg hunts were in both families, some way, shape, or form was always there. And then food and church, but nothing else besides that. What else would there be?
So what we do is, so when the kids were younger, we had the house down the shore, which is awesome. So they have egg hunts on the beach. So you would have to be a certain age. They have different like divisions. You have to stand in certain lines for each age.
That's cool.
And that's what we still do to this day. So the kids aren't on the board, don't go to the egg hunt now. But every Easter Saturday, so tomorrow we'll get up early, we'll go to the boardwalk. All right, we'll go at like 11, 12 o'clock. It's the first curlies.
That's early.
Right? First curlies of the season.
Yeah, nice.
First
Yeah,
curly
yeah,
fries.
yeah.
First Sam's pizza. All right. I don't know
First
about
birch
you,
beer
but
with
I
crushed ice. Yeah.
drench my curlies in vinegar. I drench them in vinegar.
No, get
Oh,
the
yes.
hell out of here,
Oh, you
bro.
have to.
Come on, dog. I've never put vinegar on a French fry in my life.
You have to drench them. And then
No.
what we do is we usually go to a restaurant. Like, so this weekend's my sister's birthday is on Tuesday. So it kind of works out where like every couple years, either Easter is on my sister's birthday or Nick's birthday when it's early.
Yeah.
So we always have something to do. And here's the other thing. I had to ask you about this because you're Italian. Every year we go to my wife's Nonna's. So she's my kid's great-grandmother, which is awesome that she's still around.
Yeah.
But I'm the one who's in charge of always cooking the steaks. So she puts her charcoal grill out for the steaks after eating 20 pounds of pasta between 5 people. But anyway, that's another story. She puts down like 3 or 4 or 5 pieces of charcoal and then puts twigs on top of the charcoal. Is this a thing?
No, not that I know of.
And then,
first of all,
hold on. So now I'm outside cooking 15 steaks at different temperatures on the charcoal grill with the twigs. Somebody wants it medium well, medium rare, well. You have any idea what kind of nonsense that is, trying to do that on a charcoal grill?
That's hard, dog.
And then you bring them all in, and one person eats a fucking steak because they're all full.
Yeah.
Why and this isn't like a judgment thing, this is a serious question. Why does the Italian culture believe in overcooking? And I understand the whole concept of more food is better, because the amount of food the Italians cook at a gathering is never going to be consumed.
No,
Ever.
it's the same. Well, so first of all, leftovers is a big thing. I can eat leftover salad with dressing on it.
So you don't like a crispy salad, is what you're saying?
No, I do. I love it the day of, but I put gravy on salad, so you can't.
Oh, Mass, this is another topic for another day. I told my son about this, and he wanted to fucking throw up.
I can't. Dog, I made a sandwich this afternoon, and my little cousin Jeremy almost threw up. But you can't go by me. I put gravy and cheese on
You
salad.
also
But
eat the salad after the meal
yeah, for sure. And
with,
that's what I'm
the
saying.
gravy. So you're not cleaning your palate.
Your great grandmother is about to lose her card and her flag. No, most Italian women would never let an Irish guy cook
Well, she's
on a
80 something
holiday.
years old, cousin. There's no other men in the family, and she's an immigrant.
It
She
doesn't
immigrated
matter.
here.
It doesn't matter. But overcooking is a thing. April doesn't know how to make small meals. There's always leftovers. Even when it's a regular day and it's just the five of us, she can't cook for 2, 3 people. You know what I'm saying? So
No, I agree.
it's just how it is. But leftovers is a big thing. We go when we were kids and there was a smaller amount of everybody. We would go the whole week between Christmas and New Year's. We would go back to my grandmother's house every night, and we would eat Christmas dinner for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
get that with the prime rib, and so that makes sense. You know what? It's
Yucky.
probably that makes sense. You know
Scuttle.
what? It's probably a saving money thing actually.
Yeah.
Maybe buying in bulk and then you
It
feed
never.
yourself for
The
the
only
week.
thing that doesn't exist is leftover bacon. But other than that, yeah, because that always gets eaten. There's no leftover bacon. But
No.
other
So
than that,
have you ever heard the term that
yucky, scuttle.
so there's only one phrase that a man has never said in his life. You know what it is?
No, what is
You
it?
can have my last piece of bacon.
There's like a part at the corner of the house where the foundation is falling apart. And so we had a guy, he put, I don't know, some kind of crazy bit through the brick to catch on the other side. And then he covered it over with cement. And I have to put a picture up. The 2 pieces of cement that he covered, they look like breasts. And I'm like, texting him and I'm like, when you guys coming back out? Because they're also helping me with the back steps, which are done. But he's like, oh, we'll be out this day, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, are you going to cover up the boobs? And he's like, yes, sir. And I'm like, something I never thought I'd have to say to another man, cover up the boobs. But yeah, it's other than bacon, leftovers are big. I do leftovers everything.
Hey, listen, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I had to come down and get something to drink, and the lights were out. And I'm walking through the house, and I can't see what's going on. And I bump into something, and I bumped into the friggin' bunny. I look at him, guys. He is so tall that his ears hit the ceiling and bent.